My final question is a question I always ask authors when I interview them, which is a very simple question, almost seems like a trick question actually, which is, what if you were interviewing yourself, what question would you ask as your most important question, or as an important question? So imagine now you are interviewing yourself, what would you say? And that's it. The book I thought was tremendous. Sylvia, Distant Avuncular Ends, a stunning debut, and I'm hoping to see a lot more from this author. And now I shall say goodbye. Happy reading.
That's a special question indeed. Thank you. As soon as I finished writing Sylvia, one worrying thought I had was, is this my only book? Or will I write more? Because I know there are plenty of single book authors who have one book within themselves and they have to bring it out, and when they do, they finish, they don't write anymore. And I was worried if that might happen with me, because when I wrote Sylvia, I was going through a rather painful phase in my life, and I wrote as a means to keep myself grounded and sane. So when things improved, things got better, I wondered if I have lost the ability to write. But fortunately, that fear has been laid to rest, because since then I have continued to write, although a little sporadically, not as continuously as when I was writing Sylvia, but I have. And in fact, I noticed that the quality of my poetry has improved. That's probably because of the confidence I've gained through Sylvia. I'm working on a collection of short stories at the moment. I've written about 4 stories so far, and I have the idea for 2 more stories, and I'm hoping there'll be more ideas that'll come in. I'm certain there'll be more ideas, and I hope to have about 10 stories to complete the collection. So there is that. But this is a kind of roundabout way of addressing the question you have. I've often wondered, in the last 10-15 years, wondered if I've made the right choices, if it was worthwhile putting myself through some very, very unhappy situations, as opposed to choosing the conventional things in terms of career and personal life and all of that, and lived a safe life like most of my friends did. But the other day I got a call from someone I used to know back in college. I hadn't spoken with her in more than 15 years, and she contacted me through Facebook and called me and congratulated me for my book. And I asked her what she's doing, and she said she has a job in a software company. She owns 2 houses, 2 cars, and has 2 children. Perhaps 3 or 4 years ago, this may have been something that would have made me envious, and I would have wondered if I did the right thing by giving up on things like that, the security of it. But after Sylvia, talking to this old friend, all I felt was immense relief. I was so happy that I was not burdened with such encumbrances, because I have realized that having very little also means you have very little to lose, and the kind of freedom it affords you is immense. And this freedom has allowed me to find my voice and to discover writing, and I would not trade that for anything else in the world. So the question I would ask myself is, has it all been worth it? And the answer is yes.